Hello and welcome to another interview with the composer. This time we have Cedric Menendez, who is here to talk about the upcoming JRPG-inspired indie title, Edge of Eternity. How are you doing today, Cedric?
Nice, thank you.
So, first of all, can you tell us a bit about Edge of Eternity?
It's a JRPG made by a French team called Midgar Studio. We are 5 to develop these games. 2 graphists, 2 programmers, and me. I do all FX, sound effects, music, and quest too. We have done a Kickstarter 1 year ago, and with funds, we have decided to work with another composer, a great composer called Yasunori Mitsuda. I think everybody know him, and he has done about 7 musics for the games, and I do all the others.
When you decided to bring in Yasunori Mitsuda, was that part of the Kickstarter?
Yeah. He was part of the Kickstarter. Yeah, a lot of backers. I've backed for Mitsuda too. Yeah.
Yeah. So how much money did you raise in the Kickstarter?
In French is 160,000 is $160,000. Yes.
So can you tell me how you joined Midgar Studio?
Uh,
Have you been with them since the beginning?
yeah. I'm here since the beginning. Yeah. In the first time I met Jeremy Zelamori, the boss of the studio. He's a programmer on Edge of Eternity, and I gave him piano lessons. And when he create the studio, he asked me to be a part of the project.
I understand that you've had several other games in the past. Um,
Yeah. We have done first a social game on Facebook. Then we have made a runner game called Zik on mobile and tablets, and now we are working on Edge of Eternity and other revolt of gamers with the parkour games in the vein of Jet Set Radio, Mirror's Edge, and we are developing those 2 games.
so this game is quite a lot bigger in scale than the other games, is it not?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's different, but it's two big games. We work with another team called Fusty Games, who work with us on other Revolt of Gamers, and I'm part of the both projects.
So were there any games in particular that you took influence from in your music for Edge of Eternity?
I discovered JRPG with Final Fantasy VI, and I think it's my biggest influence. The music of Nobuo Uematsu and those of Koji Kondo on Zelda 2.
So it seems to me that Edge of Eternity is quite a bit like Star Ocean in terms of how it looks.
Yeah.
Is that a possible influence as well?
Yes, I've heard those music, but I've never played Star Ocean. So I think it's a merge between Final Fantasy music and my own influences, and it's like Star Ocean, but it's not really a direct influence.
So as you said before, you're working with Yasunori Mitsuda on this
Yeah,
soundtrack. Can you explain his role in the soundtrack?
yeah.
Are you working closely with him?
Um, he composed all action musics and character themes. He has done battle theme, boss theme, all character themes, the main theme of the game, and I do all environments music because I'm working close with graphists. so it's better to understand all the environment. And I gave him what we wanted. We gave him concept art because we are still in development, and it's and when he joined the project, it was very early development, so he understood exactly what we wanted. He composed, and then we have recorded the songs in Bratislava. So he came from Japan. I go there too, and we recorded with the Bratislava Symphony Orchestra. It was a very, very good experience.
Can you tell me a bit more about what happened when you went to record with the orchestra?
Yeah.
Maybe run us through a typical day when you were recording.
We have recorded 7 songs in 3 days, so it's a big performance. With a big orchestra of 80 people. And last day we have recorded percussions because we wanted separate in the mix. And to finish, we have recorded chords with 40 people. Yasunori Mitsuda it's a professional, and he know what he wants, and if it's not like he wants, we have to redo it again and again and again. And he is very he wants the tempo to be right. It's the most important for him during the recording. Is he have an assistant called Mariam Abunas, and she have orchestrated all the songs. He composed for piano, and she has orchestrated all the music. Then we called the man who do the scores, and we gave to the orchestra, and the orchestra, because they are great professionals, they can play it well on the first time.
You mentioned Final Fantasy VI as a influence, but can you remember what first made you want to start writing video game music?
The first video game OST who make me want to do video games music was the OST of Street Fighter 2 on Super NES, OST by Yoko Shimomura, and wow, it was so epic. It's music who can be in all video games. It works all time.
That's interesting because I had no idea that Yoko Shimomura did a Street Fighter game.
Yeah. It was the time of the Capcom team,
Yeah.
and the Capcom team. It was for me, it was the best team in video games because they have a lot of restrictions in composing music because of the hardware of this time, and they have done a very original music, epic music, because of those restrictions in sounds and in channels and all of this.
The sound design? You said you
Yeah.
do all the sound design as well.
I do all the sound design. Yeah.
So
I'm an autodidact for this, but I learn every day, and it's very hard to do the music and the sound design because it takes a lot of time to have a good result on sound design.
So have you had any previous experience, or have you just kind of dove in on this and figured it out for yourself?
I just have the experience of our last games, but it was more little games, so I think now it's hard, but I do I don't know if it's said in English, incrementally.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, incrementally. Yeah. So for now, it's um, uh, just the essential, and with the time, I do all the whoosh movements, all the spell sounds. But it's okay. I think I learn quick and well.
So, what's the hardest sound that you've tried so far to design?
um, um, I realize that it's very hard to do a very good sound and generic sounds in at the same times. We can work in all situations. I think the most difficult is to do impact sounds with swords and and t- because now um, games like last Final Fantasies are a lot of very good sound design because it's action RPGs, so it's cling clang clunk cling every time. But old school gameplay is more um, sound by sound. One people attack, the other attack, and people want anyway a very good ambience and to feel the game very dynamic. So it's I think it's harder to do all the impact sounds.
What advice would you give to aspiring video game composers
Um,
if you could give one piece of advice?
yeah. I think I would tell them to do to do what they feel and what not to be like someone or just to be themselves and to uh, to be confident in their ears for all for composition, for mixing, for all of this. We must be confident in ourselves.
Did you say confident in our ears?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sorry
Thought so.
for my
Yeah.
accent.
No, it's fine. Do you always write songs in a particular way, or do you mix it up and start at different points? And
I like to do the melody first.
okay, yeah.
Yeah. I do the melody, and after I work harmony, then rhythm.
So if you had to choose just one, which of these musical elements do you find most important?
Yeah.
Harmony, melody, texture, or rhythm?
I think all are important, but for me, it's a melody because uh, I like old school video games music more than the music of nowadays with more textured, more like cinema music. I prefer old school because uh, music was on the first plan because to give emotions to the player, and I like to keep this way of composing even if it's with a big orchestra and etc. I want to give emotion with music, and I think um, in I think it's one of most important things for to give emotions in video games.
Yeah, very good answer. So if you had the chance, which game or game series would you have liked to have composed for?
A game of nowadays of
Yeah,
yeah
any time.
anytime.
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to compose for uh, Zelda. I think it was great to do the music of Link to the Past, or maybe Secret of Mana, uh, games like that, like Alundra on PlayStation One. There is a lot of lot of music I would
Yeah.
want to do. Yeah.
Could you tell us maybe a rough estimate of when Edge of Eternity will be available to purchase?
No, so I can't say that.
You still have no idea.
Um, it's very complicated to give a release date, and because we are a little studio, and we have to do lot of demo to show to press to someone who can follow us on the project. So we don't really know the exact schedule of the games. It's not like big companies who know exactly what they will do in 2 months, 3 months, and so I don't know.
You said there's around 8 people working on the game, did you say?
We are 5 in the studio,
Yeah.
and we have 2 graphists in freelance for making assets, because we want to do all by ourselves, and we working with people. I think I will work with a French singer called Miyun. She is a very, very good video game singer with a Japan style, with a real purity in the voice. And so some people like that, but for all for now, we are working with 2 graphists, and we are 5 in the studio. Yeah.
So I know this is nothing to do with music, and I wanted to stick mainly to music, but could you give us a bit of an explanation of the gameplay of Edge of Eternity?
Yeah. We would want to do an old school gameplay, an old school RPG gameplay, because we like games like old Final Fantasy, and we know that a lot of people want to rediscover this gameplay with ATB, active ATB, like turn by turn, turn-based combat system, and we want to do this, but we want to do more things. We can interact with elements, with the rain, with snow, with all the environments. For example, hide behind a tree or a rock, and to be dynamic, even if we have choose a very strategic gameplay, turn-based old school system.
Thanks very much to Cedric Menendez.
Thanks to you.
And I hope that Edge of Eternity continues to go smoothly, and
Thank you.
Looking forward to playing it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Cheers.